Topic 1. The U.S. Justice Department has dropped a criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, removing a source of legal uncertainty for markets and the Fed. Details. The U.S. Department of Justice has effectively halted a criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, increasing the likelihood that legal uncertainty for markets and the Fed will be resolved. The probe over cost overruns on renovation of the Washington Fed headquarters was wound down when the D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro announced she was closing her office's criminal investigation and referring the matter to the Inspector General's review. Pirro added that she could resume criminal investigations if necessary, and the Fed's Office of Inspector General is already reviewing cost increases on the project and has so far found no evidence of criminal wrongdoing. Powell publicly criticized the investigation as a pretext raised to pressure him into cutting interest rates, and a court earlier ruled that prosecutors initially had virtually no evidence to prove criminal charges against Powell. The decision removes a major obstacle cited by Republican Senator Thom Tillis, who had said he would block progress on the nomination of Kevin Warsh to chair the Fed until the investigation concluded, creating room for Warsh's nomination process to advance. The White House spokesman cautioned that the investigation is not completely over, saying the matter was simply referred to the Inspector General, and opposition parties continue to raise concerns about Warsh's independence, so political conflict persists. Summary, 3 to 4 lines. The DOJ has halted its criminal probe into Fed Chair Jerome Powell and referred the matter to the Inspector General, easing legal uncertainty for the Fed and markets. The Inspector General's office is reviewing cost increases and has not found evidence of wrongdoing so far. Prosecutors said they could reopen a criminal case if needed. Powell called the probe a pretext to force rate cuts. The decision removes a key Senate hold on Kevin Warsh's nomination, but political disputes over Fed independence remain. Topic 2. The headlines span financial markets, geopolitics, AI and tech upheaval, and human interest and lifestyle trends. In markets and policy, the Fed is expected to hold rates, a move with direct consumer cost implications, while concerns about Fed independence and Chair Powell's next steps persist. Dollar swap lines and global financial stability are being tested by the Iran conflict. Tech and AI dominate. Big investments. Google up to $40 billion in Anthropic. A relentless AI talent war, execs moving to OpenAI. Massive cuts at Meta and Microsoft, about 20,000 jobs, raising fears of an AI labor shakeup, and investor mania for chip and AI names. Nvidia tops $5 trillion, Intel jumps 20%. Some chip stocks look expensive. Geopolitical and energy risks intensify as Iran-US tensions linger. An ETF tied to the US-Iran war has surged over 600%, and oil choke points like Hormuz may stay constrained until 2026. Other notable items include legal and ethical flashpoints, federal executions, prediction market legal cases, corporate and bond pressure on airlines, and varied human stories. From Gen X boosting beauty sales to Americans relocating abroad for lower living costs and a doctor's findings on disease resistance. Overall, the coverage highlights market volatility driven by geopolitics and AI, shifting labor dynamics in tech, and a mix of consumer health and legal developments. Details. Summary. Key topics focused. Monetary and financial policy, the Fed. The Federal Reserve is expected to hold its policy rate steady at the April 28 to 29 meeting. This is likely to be Jerome Powell's final meeting, and with rates held steady, short-term and credit costs, credit cards and loans, will remain elevated for now. The DOJ's decision to drop the criminal probe into Powell increases the chances that Kevin Warsh, Trump's nominee, can pass confirmation, but concerns about Wei